Hello guys and welcome back to Big Brother Canada, and I know the series is over, guys. I know. You don't have to tell me. I already know who wins. But that doesn't stop me wanting to finish this series and explaining it to you guys who might not know how it ends and are enjoying these videos. So, without much further ado, let's get into this episode, because not only is this episode potentially one of the most explosive of the series so far, but genuinely, when I tell you, things are getting toxic now, and a lot of people are now realizing that the end game is approaching fast. We've only got, after this episode, 3 more episodes left, which is probably only going to be 2 more episodes before we finish. This is genuinely it. This moment dictates who wins. And honestly, kind of excited to get into it. So if you are enjoying, make sure to like, comment and subscribe. Do all that YouTube stuff that you guys do so well, and I will see you guys in the video. Let's go. So the episode started with V, sadly, begging for her life in this game. It's tough to watch. It's tough to watch because V has been such a strong competitor from day one. She has been. She's played under the radar. She's been playing both sides of the fence. And now it's starting to get down to the point where every single person in this game is an ally of hers, but they're all starting to realize that everyone else is an ally of hers as well, and therefore she's deemed as untouchable. I'm going to get more into that whole untouchable language thinking a little bit later in the episode, because I just want to talk about the way that she got nominated. She was really worried, and I think she also was thinking like, yo, why am I being sent home on the week that my number one in this house is HOH? How is this happening? How are you going to do me like that? And I think Dougie's taken it very sort of like, it's just a game, but for V, she's like, nah, you've stabbed me in the back and you still want to be my friend? No. So obviously V, very, very sadly, was put up as the replacement nominee. If I had it my way, I think I would have... I don't even know, because there's not a lot of choice. I wouldn't want Bailey to go up. Todd's taken himself down. Lexus has to go up against V. So actually, it's just gotten to the point where any decision sucks. The only decision I would be happy with by the end of this episode would be Lexus going home. Not happy, but like, Dougie can't go home, who I want to go home. Todd has taken himself down, so he can't go home. I don't want Bailey to go, and I don't want V to go, so it just leaves Lexus. So it is just a little bit of a tough situation to be in, and it's really frustrating, I can't lie. Now, this is where I have the problem. Dougie doesn't need to expose V the way he does. He was sick whilst V had walked off to basically go compose herself in a bedroom. Dougie was sitting there with the other 4 and was like, yo, this is everything she's done, and this is everything that's happened. And everyone was like, yeah, we agree, let's get her out. And I just thought, at that point, it just doesn't sit right with me. You've already put her up. Everyone's already agreed to vote her out, who can vote her out, which is Todd and Bailey. So why are you still campaigning to get her out? She can't save herself at this point. Everything she does just apparently makes it worse. V also had a conversation with Bailey a little bit later, and I thought that it was very interesting how V was basically like, everything that he is saying to you, take with a pinch of salt, because he's going to say anything to you to get his biggest competition out. He's going to say anything, and then he's going to steamroll you, because look what's happening. Look what's happening. He stabbed me in the back. We were meant to be besties, meant to be bros, and look what's happened. Then we had the conversation between Dougie and V, and this is where the whole untouchable bullshit comes from. I'm really frustrated because Dougie's main argument is that, oh, V, you've been saying my name to people. And V's like, no, I haven't. No, I haven't. And Dougie's been like, well, I haven't been saying your name to people. In fact, everybody knows that with me, you're untouchable. You're untouchable. You're not touching the block. You're not touching the block. And I was sitting there going, okay, that's all well and good. But there have been many, many instances where people on V's side have wanted to put up Anthony. Many, many times. Many times. And every time, has he touched the block? No, he has not. He has not. With V, none of Anthony's side has even considered putting V up, because there's always been another option. Is that because of Dougie? Potentially, maybe not. But either way, V has been actively working to stop Dougie from hitting that block. V also has not hit that block until this moment. And who put her up? Anthony, the one person who said that he has been saving her game, making sure that no one is on against her. But this week he decided to turn against her. And now he's preaching that, oh, you should have stayed loyal. Sorry, Dougie, you didn't stay loyal. You were the one who switched up the game, especially when, I'm sorry, but you were in a 1-by-1 alliance. And there were just so many moments where I was like, actually, this is getting frustrating, and it's getting me a little bit angry, because V is making very, very good points, and Dougie seems to be making the same. Oh, well, people were coming for me, and you didn't dissuade them. Yes, you did, because you didn't end up on the block. There were so many times when you could have ended up on the block. Avery, before she was poisoned against Kayla, was planning on putting you up on the block. Or was that the first time? Was that the second time she became HOH? I think that might have been the first time, so maybe it wasn't. But this was when Matt got put up. Yeah. She was going to put you up, and V dissuaded her against that. So your whole facts and your whole reasoning is just absolute bullshit, and I'm kind of over it. And Dougie, I hope you lose this game. I really do. I can't see you winning this competition in the slightest, because the thing is that you've now put so many people in the jury house who have a reason to dislike you. But I'll get into that in a little bit. Guys, a little bit is now. We're going to head over to the jury house. The jury house, we get to see basically what everyone's been up to in the jury. Elijah was obviously the first one there, so he doesn't know anything that's happened up till this point until people come in and explain it to him. Kayla turned up next, and Elijah was in pure and utter shock that Avery had got rid of Kayla. And that's when he was like, so she was poisoned against you. And Kayla went, yes, that is exactly what happened, sadly. Honestly, still gutted that Kayla got booted out the way she did. But yeah, the game's the game at the end of the day. Then Avery came in next and was like, yo, they got me as well. It was nice to see that she basically acknowledged the fact that she had been manipulated by Dougie into getting rid of Kayla. I'm glad that she admitted that, and she was apologizing for that, which I found really nice. But it seems like they're chill about it. And then Tola came in and was like, yo, let's watch it. And then it seemed like he as well was a bit like, I'm a bit pissed off at Dougie because he didn't even give me a sympathy vote. He couldn't even back me when V was trying to get me out. So actually, whose side are you on here? Because I thought you were on my side. It seems like a lot of the house in the sort of jury house, a lot of the jurors, they are not feeling too kind towards Anthony. So if Anthony makes it to top 2, that's going to be a little bit of a problem for him, because his jury management is absolutely horrendous. He wasn't so much instrumental in getting Elijah out, because obviously he wanted them to put up, I think it was Bailey or Todd, I can't remember exactly. But then we also have Kayla, who he lied to most of the house to get out of. Then we have Avery, who again, he manipulated everyone against, lied about, broke the alliance, the Hot Chocolate Alliance, voted against her. Then we had Tola, who he didn't even get a sympathy vote off of, and who voted to evict him and get him out of the house. So honestly, I don't think Anthony's doing a great job. With V, if V goes home this episode, she's not going to vote for him. She cannot stand him currently because the way he's backstabbed her and manipulated everyone in the house against her just so that he can get rid of strong competition. His gameplay might get him towards the end, but it doesn't win him the competition, sadly. So it's time for the big argument. I gotta say, this one was fantastic. This one was excellent. This one was amazing. But it did come at a certain cost. Let's just put it that way. I was interested because she sat down and he is reeling off the same shit over and over again. You didn't do this for me. You didn't do this for me. You didn't do this for me. And she was like, everything I've done has been for our game. Yes, I got rid of Matt, but that's because he was bad for my game. He might have been good for your game, but you're still here. You still haven't touched the block yet. So how are you telling me that I have been the one to backstab you this entire time, when all you've got is just people saying, oh yeah, V said this, V said this? Why do you not trust me enough to listen to me, hear me out? That was number one. And he just kept on going. And then she got up to leave and she went, actually, no, I'm going to give you one more chance to basically apologise and put all this behind us. And he just kept on going. So she smashed a glass. Yeah, she did smash a glass. Wasn't her finest moment, but it did cause a lot of drama because obviously she storms over into the other room where everyone else is and is like, yo guys, me and Dougie have been in an alliance since day one. He's been lying to all of you. I have also been lying to all of you. So like, we've been working together and now he's backstabbed me. Look at what he's done to me. He's going to do the same to you. Don't let him go to the end, basically. I was like, rah. V is angry with a capital and gree. Guys, the argument between them was like crazy. It really did feel like he was just finding any old excuse to basically bash her. And then obviously there was it just blew up. They were arguing at each other across the room. I was like, rah, we have not seen one of these arguments since like week 2 when Bailey and I don't remember his name. I can't remember. Vivek, that's the one. They had an argument in the HOH room. Honestly, brilliant. Loved it. 100% great. Wonderful. And the icing on the cake was when Bailey was talking to Dougie later on and V just came in silently, swept up the glass and left. At least she did that. She redeemed herself a little bit from smashing the glass because she came in, she swept it up, gave them the death stare, walked out. She knew her game was over, so she actually couldn't do anything to save it. There was no point talking to Todd and Bailey because the trust had already been lost. There was no way it was happening. The only thing I think she could have done is asked Bailey to vote to save her in order to cause a deadlock tie and force Anthony to be the one to send her home. I think he would have found that really difficult, and I also think it would have also solidified the fact that V will not be voting for him if he makes it to the final 2. So before V was voted out with a vote of 2-0, she did have the final say, and she said to the housemates, guys, if you want to win the game, you got to take out the trash, and pointed to Anthony. What a cracking line. What a brilliant line. I was very, very impressed with this. It was absolutely spectacular. And did I absolutely love it? 100%. But unfortunately, V was evicted from the Big Brother Canada house. And I got to say, I'm really sad. She was one of the best parts of this series. Made it so enjoyable to watch. I really want to go back and watch her initial season. I know she's not in it for as long as she was in this one. But either way, I think she's sensational. I think she's fantastic. And she actually proved herself to be a very, very good player. And the only reason why she went home this week is because her best friend turned on her and stabbed her in the back. I don't think she could have done anything massively differently. I think the last 2 weeks she was getting a little bit messy with her gameplay. But I think it was also just sort of out of desperation for keeping her friends close and keeping her enemies even closer. And it just didn't, unfortunately, work out for her. Other people in the house seemingly play better games currently, but she did definitely outpace a lot of them in terms of her social game. I'm not sure that there was a single person in the house that could have taken her out. if they had wanted to. Dougie was the only person that could have and unfortunately did. So that is all we've got time for today. Thank you guys very, very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next episode when we're moving on to the final week with the final 4. See you then. Keep on ranting. Bye now.